brought to you by Kellogg's. Kellogg's Cereals. The best to you each morning from Kellogg's of Battle Creek. Now let's all play What's My Line?
And now, live from New York, let's meet our What's My Line panel. First, the popular columnist whose voice of Broadway appears in papers coast to coast, Miss Dorothy Kilgallen.
On my left, the pride of Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, four-time Academy Award winner, Mr. Joseph Mankiewicz.
It is my privilege to present, just back from what she calls a glorious week in Cleveland, which shows it can be done, Miss Arlene Francis.
I'm back, but the gentleman on my left is about to take off for Lake Forest, Royal Oak, and Cincinnati. So mothers, put the children to bed. Here comes Bennett Cerf.
And here comes the James Bond of panel moderators. Goodson Todman's intrepid and elegant secret investigator, John Charles Daly.
Well, Arlene, I must say it's interesting to hear the Bennett's going out to Royal Oak. If the leaves aren't off that tree yet, they will be by the end of the week. Mr. Mankiewicz, it's nice to have you on our panel, sir.
I hope you think so.
Well, I'm sure we will, and I trust you enjoy the next half hour. We have some very interesting occupations. We will also have a famous mystery guest before my friends on the panel a little bit later in the program. And we'll meet our first challenger after this word from Kellogg's.
Hi, this is Dennis James. Say, if you or others in your family are Weight Watchers, tomorrow morning pour out 4 ounces of juice and get some coffee, or tea if you prefer. You'll find this breakfast is as easy and quick as it is good. Then get the famous low-fat protein cereal, Kellogg's Special K. Have 1 ounce, that's a cup and a half, with a teaspoonful of sugar, 4 ounces of skim milk, and there you have it. In about a half a minute, you have put together the delicious Special K breakfast that dietitians plan to fit so many modern diets. It's 99% fat-free and has only 240 calories, but it does give you complete high-quality protein. Now, this is a real breakfast, easy to get and every bite tastes good. So trim down and make this a steady diet. Do it tomorrow, okay? The Special K breakfast, okay? Okay.
And now to meet our first challenger. Will you enter and sign in, please? James Van Niekirk. Is that right, sir? Mr. Van Niekirk, where are you from?
Northern Rhodesia in Africa.
Northern Rhodesia. That's above the Union of South Africa and up towards the Congo. Borders up in that area. Well, you've come a long way. I must say that I think with your interesting occupation, it was worth it. Mr. Van Niekirk, may I present the panel? Will you join me over here? I will assume that you know how we carry on for the next few minutes, so that I think the next thing to do is to let the audience in the theater and the audience at home know exactly what your line is. Panel, we can tell you that Mr. Van Niekirk is self-employed, and he deals in a product, and we'll begin the general questioning with Arlene Francis.
Mr. Van Niekirk, is your product one that can be used by human beings?
Yes.
Yes, I would agree that certainly in the long run we would have to say that human beings can use the product.
Is the product now, or has it ever been alive?
Yes.
Is it alive when you deal with it?
Yes.
Is it a four-footed animal?
Yes.
Is it larger than a dog?
Yes.
Is it an animal that is found in jungle country?
Yes.
Is it an animal one can sit upon?
If you want to.
I think we'll have to take the question in the context of usage and custom, and I would say you would not find it normal to sit on this
I want to do it his way.
No. One down and 9 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Mr. Van Niekerk, has this animal that you're associated with got horns of any kind?
No.
None?
2 down and 8 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Mr. Van Niekerk, is this the kind of an animal that would be hunted?
Yes.
Would its pelt be of any value?
Well, I think that
Well,
here,
its
with your
skin?
permission, we'll use pelt in a very general sense. Yes.
Its container,
Its
whatever.
exterior covering, we will agree, will have some value.
Is it in the elephant family?
No.
3 down and 7 to go,
No,
Mr.
no.
Mankiewicz.
Would the animal that you deal with be of any interest in the entertainment world in any way?
No, I don't think so.
You could have a lot of fun with him, you know, if you could get him to cooperate, but the trouble is he might not cooperate.
I was
so-
thinking zoo-wise.
No. Well, now, I think here, if you're going to bracket entertainment in the whole category of the zoological...
Well, I mean,
World.
for the edification of the public and the entertainment.
Well, I think if
of great
Mr.
part
Van
of it.
Niekerk is willing, we will say that in that broad context, it might have some relationship, yes.
You got a reprieve.
You're learning fast, John.
It does pay to haggle, you see. Do you, in effect, trap, gather, or bring back animals of this kind for use in collections of other animals?
No.
That's a very good question. That's 4 down and 6 to go, Miss Francis.
It was a long one, anyway.
Wrong.
You don't trap it. Would you be liable to hunt it if you were on safari?
Yes.
Is it an animal that has, that is ferocious?
Sometimes you can consider.
I think we would consider, let's say unfriendly would be a nice word.
Does it have a coat that is other than one color? By that I mean, could it be striped or spotted? Or, don't turn that card yet. Could it be striped or spotted or be a lion?
5 down and 5 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Mr. Van Niekerk, might this animal be in the monkey, baboon, gorilla, chimpanzee group?
No.
None of those?
6 down and 4 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Is it unlikely that a woman in America would ever have this as a coat, would wear this as a fur coat?
I think it's unlikely, don't you?
Well,
It
that's
is
a
unlikely.
yes.
That's right, Dorothy. It's unlikely.
John, please. You're restless tonight. Then is this animal killed purely for sport?
No.
7 down and 3 to go, Mr. Mankiewicz. Going to give you 1 more minute.
All right, am I right in assuming that you do not kill these animals?
No. You're not right in assuming that he does not kill.
See
right?
what I do for my team?
Yeah. Yes, you are not. No, right, no. That makes it 8 down and 2 to go, Miss Francis.
Is it either in the wild boar or porcupine?
No.
The aardvark.
Established it's a
Four-legged.
We have established it's four-legged,
Aye.
haven't we? Is
Not breed.
Is it larger than a horse?
No.
No, I would say horses tend to be larger than crocodiles.
Crocodile.
A
Mr. Van Niekerk hunts crocodiles. The thing I think fascinated me most about the little I gleaned from him 10 minutes ago when I first met him was how they put them into the commercial market. It's so much an inch of the
Right.
crocodile's thing. You know, when
Measure
you...
them across this way and $1 an inch
The skin.
across.
It's $1 an inch across. Yeah. Sometimes...
Mr. Mankiewicz, when I ask you a question may seem very stupid to you. What's the difference between a crocodile and an alligator?
Well, there are quite a few differences.
Well, name one.
The crocodile is much bigger than the alligator. Crocodile is light in color and the alligator is dark. Crocodile has a pointed snout, real pointed, where the alligator is big and round. And I say the alligator is light in skin. The alligator is much bigger. I mean, the crocodile is light in skin, much bigger, much ferocious. And
the alligator is more expensive to buy. I think it is.
No, I don't think in bag they are.
Now, one difference
But
is...
I have news for you, John. They're making coats out of crocodile now. The French started it.
They're making coats out of crocodile?
An alligator.
I'm willing to believe it, Dorothy. You gals, you know, wear anything. But they also, like crocodiles, are very fond of surf stew, aren't they?
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Woodpecker. All right, let's see what we can do with our second challenger. Will you enter and sign in, please? Grace Stafford. Is it Miss or Mrs.?
Miss.
Miss Grace Stafford. And where are you from, ma'am?
California.
California. Nice to have you
Thank
here
you.
with us. May I present Miss Stafford, our panel? Will you join me here, please, ma'am? And I think the next thing that we ought to do, because I know you know how to keep score,
Yes, I do.
is let the audience in the theater and the audience at home know exactly what your line is. Panel, Miss Stafford is salaried, deals in a service, and we'll begin the general questioning with Dorothy Kilgallen.
Miss Stafford, can both men and women use your services?
Yes.
Are they usually adult people?
Not always.
No, I would say here that we would have to agree in one context at least that it would not be considered usual. So we'll make it 1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Mankiewicz.
No. There was no reason in Mr. Daly introducing you as just vaguely from California rather than, I mean, I want to phrase it so I get a yes, if I'm right, rather than a particular locality.
Well, actually...
I assume that.
Would you like to know the particular locality?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, we won't give it to you, so let's go on from there.
In other words, where you live in California would provide us with a clue as to your occupation.
No. Not
Well,
necessarily.
not necessarily, but I would say this, that I think if we did refine it in any degree, there is a possibility that would happen. On that ground, we're not giving you the name of the specific location.
Now, your services, can they be rendered, they can be rendered, in other words, equally to grown-ups and to children?
Yes.
In your particular case, are they usually rendered to children?
Yes.
Are you in an administrative capacity of any kind?
No.
2 down and 8 to go, Miss Francis.
Would you work in or near the studios of Hollywood, California?
Yes.
Would you have anything to do with the motion picture industry in a kind of a way in your job?
Yes.
Do you in any way hold any kind of classes?
No.
3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Miss Stafford, does your work in any way touch the work of Mr. Walt Disney?
No.
4 down and 6 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Well, if you usually deal with children and you're in a connection with Hollywood studios, are they child actors ever?
No, before you answer the question, Dorothy, I think you misunderstood the application of the previous question. We agreed that the service would be attractive to children in the overall rather than in the main to the adult, you see. But we did not say you deal directly with anybody.
Oh, I see. Miss Stafford, are you any kind of a performer?
Yes.
Would you be considered an actress? I hope so.
Yes, actually, I'm going to throw all the cards over, Dorothy, because I think in fairness we would have to agree that that is Miss Stafford's occupation. She is an actress. But just for fun, let's see if you could guess that particular little area which would make what she does interesting to all of you. Just for fun.
You want to start with me?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I haven't a clue. If it's interesting to children, does it have anything to do with cartoons, voicing cartoons?
Yes.
Yes.
Is that it?
Yes.
That is
You play
it.
various voices in amusing things like
Well,
charity?
actually, I think we can tell you the rest. Actually, Miss Stafford is the voice of Woody Woodpecker. And actually is Mrs. Walter Lantz, who is the producer of Woody Woodpecker, but this is the wonderful voice of Woody Woodpecker.
I want to hear that voice.
Would you? Familiar to all of us from television and the moving picture houses, and you've given so much fun to so many people.
Oh, thank you. I had fun, too.
Well, thanks for joining us, and once Melanie giving us a little of your
Thank
time.
you. Thank you very much.
Nice to see you. We'll meet tonight's mystery guest in just a moment, but first, here is a word from our sponsor.
Kellogg's, good morning, the best to you each morning.
A fella may not know just what he wants in the morning, but he knows just where to find it. Kellogg's Variety Pack. 8 good Kellogg's cereals to choose from. The particular cereals folks voted their favorites. Different grains, different shapes, different flavors. Look, 3 kinds of corn. Kellogg's Sugar Frosted Flakes. Kellogg's Sugar Pops. And, of course, the original Kellogg's Corn Flakes. 3 kinds of wheat. Kellogg's Shredded Wheat. Kellogg's Sugar Smacks. And Kellogg's Raisin Bran. Nutritious rice. Kellogg's Rice Krispies. And Kellogg's Low-Fat, High-Protein Special K. 10 individual servings, some already sweetened. Every one yours to open, to empty, and enjoy. Kellogg's Variety Pack, your best choice in cereals.
K-E-double-L-O, double good Kellogg's, best to you.
And now the special feature of our program, the appearance of our mystery challenger, for which the panel is always blindfolded. And the blindfolds are all in place, panel?
Yes.
Yes?
Good. Will you enter mystery challenger and sign in, please? In this case, a different form of questioning, one question at a time, in turn, moving clockwise, and we'll begin with Mr. Mankiewicz.
May I assume from the general ecstasy that you are in the entertainment business?
Yes.
Miss Francis.
Are you primarily known for your work in pictures?
Yes.
Mr. Cerf.
Are you, have you been a big motion picture star for quite a long time?
Yes.
Miss Kilgallen.
Are you a He-Man hero type?
Who was that who just said?
Mr. Mankiewicz.
Would your first name be Esau?
Would your first name be Esau?
No.
No. That makes it 1 down and 9 to go, Miss Francis.
Are you about to open in a picture in New York?
Yes.
Mr. Cerf.
Were you ever a member of the 8th Air Force during World War II?
Yes.
Jimmy Stewart?
Notice I've been sitting up straighter. Well, couldn't see it. You had your blind. We get these brigadier generals next to you, you know. You gotta rack it up all the time. Take Her, She's Mine is going to open on Broadway, but it's on Wednesday at the Criterion, but it's opened around the country somewhere.
Yes, we've been down all through Texas in connection with its opening.
Have you been traveling around the country with the opening of the picture? Well, I saw it, needless to say, I've not been able to see the picture because it's not here yet, but I did see the play, and it's great fun, and I can't think of anybody who'd add more to it than you would, but then you do to everything you do.
Well, I think I think it was a sort of a good adaptation. You know, a lot of plays don't go good in the movies, you know, but I think this one did. I think it sort of adapted itself to the movies, and I think it's a good movie. I think it's very funny.
Jimmy, don't you think it's rather odd? You're the same age as Sandra Dee, aren't you? Playing an older man in the picture must have taken a lot of acting on your part.
No, she's the nicest daughter I ever had. Except, you know, a couple back in Beverly Hills.
Can I ask a question which I hope is not out of order, but we all know of your long and distinguished service with the Air Force. How much chance do you get to keep your hand in? Do you still do a reasonable amount of flying every year?
2 weeks a year. They've taken me off flying status. They sort of put me out to pasture. But I do 2 weeks active duty a year, and then a lot of inactive stuff that I do.
When did you go off flying status?
A couple of years ago.
So that you've flown the big new stuff, the big jets?
Used to.
Used to fly those for you or not? Oh, that must be a great kick. Well, thanks very much. I know that Sunday nights must be precious to you and your lovely bride, and it's good of you to come down and join us for a little while on Sunday night.
Well, wonderful to be here.
And we're proud to have had you with us, sir. Panel, that you made a good recovery and that some congratulations are in order. We'll have another contestant after this word from our alternate sponsor.
Do you ever stay awake at night hoping for sleep that never comes? Are you afraid to take a sleeping aid because you think it may be habit-forming? Well, you need have no fear about taking Sominex whenever simple nervous tension or daily problems keep you awake. Sominex helps bring restful, natural-like sleep without habit-forming drugs of any kind. Taken as directed, Sominex is truly safe and effective.
Take Sominex tonight and sleep. Safe and restful sleep, sleep, sleep.
Take Sominex for natural-like sleep. It's absolutely not habit-forming.
And now to meet our final challenger. Will you enter and sign in, please? Mig Blommerberg, right? Miss or Miss?
Yes.
It's Miss Blommerberg, and where are you from?
Sweden, but now I live in New Brunswick, New Jersey.
Live in New Brunswick, New Jersey.
Yes.
Good, well, you have some training. Miss Blommerberg, our panel. Will you join me over here now, please? And we'll let the audience in the theater and the audience at home know exactly what your line is. All right. Panel, we can tell you that Miss Blommerberg is salaried, deals in a service, and we'll begin the general questioning with Bennett Cerf.
Miss Blommerberg, do you perform your service for a profit-making organization?
Yes.
Is this profit-making organization located in or near the New Jersey town where you're now living?
Yes.
Does the organization produce something that is used in any way by the military?
No.
No. That's 1 down and 9 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Could I use your services?
No.
That's 2 down and 8 to go. Let me say that I don't rule out the possibility that you might have some need in the general area, but specifically with respect to Miss Blommerberg, she would not be available to you for the service. That's 2 down and 8 to go, Miss Mankiewicz.
I think that's rather snobbish of her.
Well, I don't. And your services are, for the most part, exclusively devoted to men.
Yes.
Is it, I hope, a physical service which you perform for men? In the
Yes.
sense, you touch them?
Yes.
Are these men, I hope not, incapacitated?
No, these men are not incapacitated.
Before, not after. Before, I meant. I don't mean after.
Neither before nor after, Joe. All right, Miss Francis?
After, I know.
May I assume you are not a doctor?
No.
Yes, you may assume that.
All right. These gentlemen come to you for your service?
Yes.
Yes. Do you wear something other than the kind of dress you're wearing now? Do you wear a uniform of some kind?
Yes.
Yes. Do you... How do I put this? Are you considered a Swedish masseur?
No.
4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Miss Bloomberg, you do touch the people who
Yes, sir.
come to you, do you not?
Yes.
Are they in a horizontal position or anything like it when you're touching them?
I think we would have to agree when you say in a horizontal position or anything like it that this is not unreasonable.
Would your work come anywhere within the milieu of a barber shop?
We just ran out of time, Bennett. I'm going to throw all the cards off. Yes, you're right, a barber. Miss Blomberg is a men's barber at Helma Larsson's
Yes.
shop, and she's licensed, and she works only, actually there are 2 shops. There is a beauty parlor, Dorothy, which is why I didn't want to mislead you, but Miss Larson is licensed and practices only in the men's thing, haircuts
send my
and
husband.
shaves and things like that. And thank you for coming and practicing on us tonight, Miss Larson. It's nice to have you with us. And now I'm afraid I've done it again and used up all the time, so with the panel's permission and with the hope that Mr. Mankiewicz will rejoin us one of these days and that Bennett has a wonderful trip, thanks for being with us on What's My Line?
What's My Line is a CBS television network production in association with Mark Goodson and Bill Codman. Johnny Olson speaking. Kellogg's also brings you the Beverly Hillbillies on CBS television over most of these stations.
This is Dennis James again. Remember, here's a handy way to serve protein for breakfast. It's the Special K Handy Pack. Gives you 8 fresh individual servings, just like this. Neat and handy. Try them.
What's My Line? Brought to you by Kellogg's. Kellogg's Cereals. The best to you each morning from Kellogg's of Battle Creek.